Hello, thanks for joining me for another review. Today we've got a beer from the Wild Beer Company, and it's a collaboration with Magic Rock, and it's their High and Dry. It's a wild IPA or mixed fermentation, and it's got Lemon Drop and Loral hops in this one. So I purchased this one, I think I added it to my untapped kind of fridge cellar list back in about November of 2019. I think it's the back end, I think it's around in the shops about a month or so before that, but it was in Waitrose. They done like a promotion thing down a seasonal aisle, and this was one of the beers. There was a whole host of beers, and I've still got two of them downstairs actually in the fridge, some sours from Magic Rock. But yeah, collaboration then, 7% ABV, mixed firm IPA. So yeah, I've had it a while. This beer is obviously not available now. I think it's got a best before date, if I can remember. I did write down the 5th of June of 2020. So we're almost into the back end of April. So by the time you see this, it could be probably mid-May or something. But yeah, I thought I'd age it and see. I've not had this one before, but I thought I'd age it and see how it develops, really. So yeah, 330ml bottle then. 7% ABV, bit of ingredients here. So it was brewed and bottled by Wild Beer Co down in Somerset. Obviously Magic Rock, they're in Huddersfield, West Yorkshire. Doesn't really go into anything there, but it doesn't matter, we'll get into it a little bit at the back end. There's a load of writing there, I'm not going to read all that, so if you want to pause it, it tells you about the breweries, etc. Cool beans. Right, there's the crown, very distinguishable crown. There's lots of particulates floating up from the bottom of this beer, and it's not gone everywhere, which is good. So I'm trying not to tilt it too much, but we'll see how it goes. So I'm probably just going to pour all of this in rather than keep tilting the bottle. There's a bit of floaty business going on there. Let's see if I can stop that from going. I think it may have coagulated a little bit. I don't know if you can see this in the bottle. Let me just see if I can do this without pouring it on the floor. There we go. See all that? So I'm going to leave that bit in the bottom. Normally I'd throw it all in, but anyway, there's a bit of a chill haze on the glass, so I'll get it out of the way so you can see the beer. It's got almost like a slight kind of almost Pilsner, slightly cloudy. Well, you don't get cloudy Pilsners, but you know what I mean? An unfiltered Pilsner look about it. There's a gentle rolling carbonation in that. It did produce a little foam of, there you go, Whitehead. Just stir it up, that gives you an idea. Pretty clear. Lots of tiny particulates just suspended within the beer. But yeah, apart from that, it's not, you know, it's not a hazy thing or anything like that, but an interesting one. So let's give it a swirl and a sniff, see what we get out of this. Yeah, there's plenty of funk in this, farmhouse funk. Getting all the itches now. Yeah, a touch of spices in there, a touch of white pepper, but yeah, a real funky, drying, horse blanky kind of thing. And I think that's what's left. I think the hops have probably fallen off slightly, which they almost certainly have. But I was for this one I was more interested in the farmhouse aspect and just to see where it's going to end up by the time I drink it. So it was kind of an experiment sort of thing. It smells nice though. So let's see if the hops are on the taste or not. Cheers. And surprisingly, they actually are. So what am I getting? I'm getting like a lemongrass, a funky lemongrass, if that makes sense. To the point where I think the mixed fermentation in this one is not overlapping the hops, but the hop, and then vice versa. I didn't expect the hops to overlap, to be honest with you, but I was not sure. I thought it would have dropped off a hell of a lot more. Not getting it much on the taste of the hops, that is. I'm actually quite surprised that the hops have held up a little bit, which is nice. So nice surprise in that regard. It's quite a well balanced beer between the hops and the yeast in this one. There is a little bit. It says, and that's right. It's crisp, it's clean, it's funky, a little bit rustic, a little bit around the edges, but the actual centre part of the beer is really nice, very enjoyable. It's held up well. So if you've got one of these still towards the back end of its shelf life, I think the beer's held up well, or this bottle has held up well at least. Can't say it for every bottle of course, but yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised. The hop presence are still there on the taste but not in the aroma. The beer is straight out of the fridge, about what, 3-4 degrees, something like that. Give it one more taste, see if I'm getting any other flavours. Yeah, lemongrass. Maybe a little bit of light citrusy notes there. I think is it Loral hops, are they a Belgian hop? I don't know. I think so. I'm probably wrong, but I think that gives it that more of a Belgian knee kind of flavour profile. I think I had a beer a few years back with Loral hops in. I think it's from Belgium, but this is off the top of my head without doing the old Google search and reading off a screen. It's an impressive beer for this stage of its shelf life. It's an impressive beer. It's one of them beers. If I saw it out, if they'd done a rebrew, I know it's a collaboration, but if they'd done a rebrew, I'd be intrigued, but I wouldn't rush out and get it, kind of thing. But it's one of them. Nice kind of take on an IPA with a little bit of funk going on. So yeah, it's alright. I mean, it's a little bit, you know, one dimensional with as regards the actual hop profile, I'd say. There's not a hell of a lot of other things for me going on there. Yeah, maybe a little bit of lemon zest, but I'm getting kind of a big grassy lemongrass type profile to the beer. Slightly drying on the palate, low medium body, decent mouthfeel, that kind of thing. So for me then, I'm going to give this beer a 7 out of 10. I think it's a nice beer. It's a decent beer. I'm now intrigued to see what this was like fresh. I think the hops might have been a little bit higher than what it is now. It's still a balanced beer, and this is what I was hoping for, and it's paid well for that. But yeah, nice beer. Over to Untapped then, it's only had 620 ratings then, 8 in the last 30 days. So there's a lot of people, well, a few people still got this tucked away, so maybe you've got it tucked away, or you know, this beer. 570 ratings then, coming in at 3.59, and that's about a fair score, to be honest. I'll give it a 3.5, so it's slightly over that, but yeah. If you've got it, crack it open before it goes out of date. And so this is Wild Beer Co.'s collaboration with Magic Rock, their high and dry wild IPA with mixed fermentation. So there you go. Thanks for watching then. Hope you're all keeping safe, and I'll see you on the next review. Cheers.